Hey there, my name is Joe Poliak, San Francisco Bay Area real estate agent with Rise Homes, and I make videos like this for people like you who might be thinking about buying or selling real estate anywhere in the San Francisco Bay Area, or you're just interested in general real estate news and what's happening in the market in the San Francisco Bay Area. This here is a San Francisco real estate market update. I'm going to compare the data just fresh in for June 2024. We're going to compare that to June 2023. I'm making this video, it's the middle of July where the data has just come out, and I'm going to start with single family homes. If you like this video, please help support our channel by hitting the subscribe button, hitting the like button, and of course feel free to ask any questions or add any feedback in the comment section. So wherever you're watching this video, I respond to everything myself and happy to connect with you and give you some more information or help out in any way I can. Okay, so let's jump right into it and begin with single family home data. The number of new listings that hit the market in June 2023 was 217. That number in June 2024 was 197. So that's a decrease of 9.2% year over year. The number of pending sales in June 2023 was 193. And in June 2024, that number was 217. So that's an increase of 12.4% year over year. The number of sold listings in June 2023 was 205. And in June 2024, that number was 196. So that's a decrease of 4.4% year over year. The median sales price in June 2023 was 1.6 million. And in June 2024, that number was $1,640,000. That's an increase of 2.5% year over year. The average sales price in June 2023 was a little bit over $2 million, and in June 2024, that number was $2,172,000. So that's an increase of about 8.1% year over year. Days on market last year was 26, and this year that number is 30. The number of active listings at the end of the month in June 2023 was 325, and in June 2024, that number was 271. So a decrease of 16.6% year over year. The total percentage of properties that sold over their asking price last year in June, 0.8%, and this year that number is 72.4%. And on average, last year in June, homes were selling for 8.6% over their listing price, and this year that number is 13.8% over their listing price. So yes, on average, right now, homes have been selling for 13.8% over their listing price for single family homes. And lastly, last year, months of inventory was 2.0, and this year that number is 1.6. Okay, so to dissect this real quick, I mean, obviously we're seeing a decrease in the number of new listings hitting the market and an increase in pending sales, so that both of those things are driving inventory levels down, and we see that with active listings for the single family homes in the whole city of San Francisco at 271, which is pretty low and a pretty significant decrease year over year. Median and average prices up a little bit, and days on market actually up a little bit. So overall, it's kind of remained unchanged. Maybe with lower inventory, interest rates are still around the same as they were about a year ago, but with lower inventory, you would think that if demand heats up, then that's going to cause prices to increase and days on market to go down, which I think right now, because interest rates are down a little bit this week, and it seems like they are going to continue to go down a little bit, because I believe that it was reported that we're having a better than expected inflation numbers, so the Fed is lowering rates a little bit, or going to be, I guess, and that has caused mortgage interest rates to go down a little bit. I think we're going to see a higher demand, and so if inventory levels and supply levels stay where they're at, and demand going higher, I think we're going to see increases in prices and decrease in the days on market. So let's jump right into condos, TICs, and co-ops. In June 2023, we had 314 new listings hit the market, and in June 2024, there are 293 new listings hit the market, a decrease of 6.7% year over year. The number of pending sales last year was 194, and this year that number is 231, so an increase of 19.1% year over year. The number of sold listings last year was 208, and this year that number is 175, so that's a decrease of 15.9% year over year. Median sales price, $1,117,000 in June 2023, and in June 2024, that number is $1.1 million, so a decrease of 1.6% year over year. Average sales price was $1,296,000 June 2023, and in June 2024, that number is $1,292,000, so basically around the same. Days on market last year was 50. This year, that number is 44. And so that's a decrease of 12% year over year. The number of active listings was 793. This year, that number is 818. So that's a increase of 3.2% year over year. Percentage of properties sold over their list price was 37.5 last year. This year, that number is 36.6. And last year, on average, homes were selling for 100.6% of their list price. And this year, they're selling for 100.4% of their list price. So basically unchanged. And then month supply of inventory last year was 4.0, and this year that number is 4.3. A little bit of a decrease in the number of new listings hitting the market, an increase of pending sales, which is good, so more homes are selling. The number of homes that sold, though, is down quite a bit, so I think those are gonna cancel each other out. All in all, that's kind of even. Prices have gone down a little bit, or basically around the same, and days on market going down, inventory levels. So active listings, that's the biggest thing with condos, TICs, co-ops in San Francisco is, imagine that there's 818 units available for sale, and that's still a holdover from the pandemic days, okay? Because starting around March 2020, that's when you saw this kind of skyrocketing increase of people wanting to sell their condos in most of the condo, TIC, co-op areas of San Francisco, which are the areas that were most heavily impacted by the pandemic, by work from home, by the issues, happening with the streets of certain areas of San Francisco, crime and homelessness and things like that. If you compare that with that number of single-family homes, 271 single-family homes available for sale, 818 condos, TICs, co-ops. So basically more than 3 times as many. Something is really gonna have to eat away at that to get us back into a seller's market for condos, TICs, co-ops in San Francisco. But right now, as is, we are really technically in a buyer's market for units for condos, TICs, co-ops in San Francisco. So if you are bullish on the prospects of San Francisco, on things improving in San Francisco, on more office space situation improving and more businesses coming back and people having to come back into the office and more businesses and restaurants and bars and clubs and things like that opening back up and people wanting to come back into the city centers of San Francisco that are mostly condo heavy, if you're bullish on that, then this might be a really good time for you to buy a condo in one of those areas and kind of wait it out and see a lot of this inventory get eaten up, demand increase, interest rates maybe go down. It might be a good time for you to buy one of those if that's what you're looking for. Hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please don't hesitate to reach out and contact me. You can find my contact information in the description to this video. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and of course, feel free to comment with any feedback or questions you might have about this information, and I'm happy to answer you and give you some more information if I can. Thanks again.